Not a very big hill, but she's feisty.
I'm a man bigger than I remember.
That got nasty fast. Alright, so this is gonna be my first ever video filmed in the shop. Obviously it's probably not gonna be good, but I'm hope we'll figure something out. But I bought my wife a TJ for Valentine's Day. We wanted a Polaris Ranger, but I'm not paying that. And let's see, load my phone out. You can see it's March 2nd. So I was talking to a guy and he needed a 2.5. Well, this just happened to be a 2.5. So he shot me a price on the motor and, well, I took it. So I don't know how she's gonna like this, but if you don't know, I own a bunch of Jeeps, like a lot of them. And the 5.2s, I don't sell many of them. So this is gonna be an interesting build. I'm actually gonna try to put an AW4 behind the 5.2. So just stick around and see what happens. It's got this kind of shifter in there, and I don't think she'd like it, but I'm sure she'd figure it out. You can see it's still got the Valentine's heart. Hold on. Got so much learning to do. So got her back into the shop. Got to set the lift up, but you can see little tiny motor, kind of dirty. The hood light still works like that. But I'm gonna get all this took apart. Luckily, it has a body lift, and if you read on the internet, they say you got to have a body lift. So let's take a motor out. Still got vacuum. Alright, so got the motor hanging there. She's cleaned out. Got a lot of parts to order. And I'm still debating. You can run the factory harness with that computer and have factory gauges, but for what that computer will sell for versus what gauges cost and what this is going to be, I think I may just sell the computer. So I'll get back with you whenever the thing's in line, but I think that's it for now. Alright, so I don't know if y'all seen, I drive a clunker. It's got a dent every body panel. I pulled it out of the junkyard and I just started driving it. So I don't care nothing about it. It's just a work vehicle, so we're gonna see if we can get the motor in there. I think it'll fit if it don't fall. Oh yeah, so close. Yeah, I believe we can walk it around there. Look at that, didn't even squat it hardly at all. Back on the Wrangler build. It's, well, I got an LS. That's not for the Wrangler, but that's another day's project. It's so funny how y'all can't see the gaps. It's been, golly, a month and a half since I touched that thing, but let's go pick up a Jeep, or a donor Jeep for the motor. This one, a tree fell on it, and a guy actually was honest enough to tell me that the transmission was out, so I feel like it'll be a perfect candidate, and maybe he's telling the truth. I bet this is a nice Jeep at one time. As y'all can see, it's hard to pick because I've got lots of them, and there's more over there, there's more over there, so kind of hard to pick out the perfect candidate, but maybe this is it. Got to extend them forks on my SkyTrack. I had it set on my backhoe. They was 12 foot. They would go from axle to axle, but these are only 10 foot and they won't hardly reach. As you imagine, I moved a bunch of Jeeps in my shop. I found it's easier to put two wheels in the back and then I'll roll it like a two-wheeler in the shop. Got them O'Reilly magnets doing all the hard work. I ain't never tried it this way, but I got a stand. I'm gonna try to sit the front axle on that. And the parking brake is on, so here we go. Messed that bumper up. I think the bumper's gonna survive. Maybe a little super glue. Got it on the lift, a little crooked, but it'll work. I'm gonna get the motor out, and I'm not gonna video the whole thing because this is just kind of common sense stuff. But I'm gonna still get the axles out because, like I said, this is still my job. Well, my job. So I'm not seeing kickback off these videos. You know, that's what I keep saying. When I start seeing it, we'll do some cool stuff. But for now, this is what we're doing. So after further investigation, I'm not gonna mess with this thing. Well, I'm not gonna mess with the drivetrain. I'm still getting the motor out. Hopefully I didn't lie about that. But I wonder why there wasn't no axles in there. And then I see this. Yeah, I don't think that's good. If somebody needs rear end out, I'll take it out on the SkyTrack, but I'm just gonna get the motor and transmission and all that stuff out. I think I got it running. I don't know if y'all have ever seen this. My whole shop run off car batteries. So we don't even have a battery on it. It's funny. It's It's actually, I hooked the hot up and it's grounded through the lift somehow. But I decided to see if it run, make sure. Yeah. Chrysler's one idle with no battery, but she's good to go, so I'm gonna pull her out. This is one of my favorite parts. I got the motor ready to come out. Let me get some light. So the motor's hanging by the cherry picker and there's no transmission mount or cross member. I just used a ratchet strap and got a finesse board in there. But get it till it's ready to drop. Get you something where you don't get hurt. And then she's ready to fall out. If you have a lift, go ahead and raise it like way up. That way, well, you probably don't have my fancy cherry picker, but that way you ain't got to sit there and pump. You can just let the lift back down and let it do the work. Got the motor out. She's laying right there. Transmission transfer case. Those get through in the scrap pile. I may clean it up just so it's easier to work on. I don't think I'm gonna do gaskets or nothing. But yeah, that's it. I don't know if anybody at home will ever actually build something like this. That's what I'm gonna say. Don't cut nothing till you know exactly what to cut. This is funny. It says top and top. There is no top. Don't cut anything. Like, I'll show you all these connectors, what they do. Actually, I'm gonna make that a different video. But yeah, like I said, don't cut anything. I already know that I'm gonna need this plug right here. These that go here is the ones that I think they just do the gauges, honestly. This one, alternator, coil, tank, maybe oil pressure. I don't know on the V8. And I think that's your charging one. But like I said, just don't cut nothing until you know exactly what you're doing. And I'll make a full detailed video on that, but I know some people probably don't care. So just gonna get the motor in the Jeep. I got them separated. And if y'all don't know me, if I set my mind to something, it's gonna happen. And I've never did this before, but there's probably, I don't think there's ever been a project I started and, you know, got scared and just quit. So let's see. Right here, number one's a problem, which I knew this going into it. Crankshaft or the reluctor wheel, whatever. That's all these have for some reason. Oh, sorry, I wasn't showing you video. But the starter tooth, whatever gear, whatever, I know it's got a name, but it mounts to the converter. So I think I might be okay. I'm gonna call. I got a couple buddies at PTC. We're actually pretty close to PTC converters. So I may call them tomorrow and see if they've got a better solution. But you can see the starter bolts here, and there. It's not like a GM where it bolts to the block. That'd make my dream come true too easy right there. But what I'm thinking is I'm going to cut the bell housing in front of that part I was just showing you. Cut it and then go to my machine shop and get it bolted down and what do you call it, surface mill it flat. And then I'm gonna get the AW4 and do my measuring, cut it, rough cut it, and then same thing, bolt it down and then flat cut it. And probably tomorrow I'll show you how I've got an idea to bolt, or how I've got an idea to center the transmission to the pilot, whatever you crank. So I think that's it for now. It's gosh, what is it, 9:30. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it for tonight, and I'll get this junk out of here tomorrow, get it all straightened up, and keep on going. It's gonna be so confusing on the editing. I'm filming how to build the wiring harness as a different video than this video, so it's gonna be tricky on me. But got the converter out. I'm gonna drill a hole in it. That's what sucks. This dude told me this transmission's bad. I didn't drive the Jeep because it's wrecked, but that converter's brand new. But I'm gonna drill a hole in it, put it in the bucket, let it drain, and then work on cutting this bell housing off. It's crazy when you can just tell some things are just meant to be. I was trying to clean it up, put a cut line. What I did, I took a tape and measured back here. Past that, that's as far as I know I need to go. And as I was marking 3.5-inch dots, I look, and I don't know if you can see this in the camera. Grab some light. This may be too much. Yeah, it actually hurts. But if you can see, there's like a magical line already drawn all the way around exactly where I want to cut it. I swear I didn't put that there. I don't know what it's from oil slinging. I don't know, pretty crazy, but it's where I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna use my, I call it jiggly saw, just to get it started. A lot of AW4. Yep. And then I'm gonna use the Sawzall from there on out. I'm just kidding about that thing. I got my Metabo out and I'm gonna try. That didn't quite work out, but I don't think the Metabo really likes aluminum, but it'll get the job done. This thing is awesome. Man, that looks so funny. Got it cut off there. Surprisingly, my Metabo is way better than a Sawzall. But probably gonna get my brother to throw that in a spin washer, clean it up. And gotta get the AW4 bell housing cut down. And yeah, I don't know if I told you what I'm doing yet, but we'll see. Got to make a phone call with a converter. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet, but I'll let you know. A few weeks later, I'm back on this build. I don't remember where I left off. I got the converter drained. I got AW4 motor sitting over there. Got that cut bell housing. I still hadn't talked to my converter guy. We was messaging, but we was both busy. So I'm just gonna try to make one on my own just to say I did it off. But if it don't work out, I still got them to fall back on. So we'll get this bell housing off and I'm gonna figure out what I'm doing first. I don't have the full game plan yet, but this converter, I've done this before on my 5.9. I was having trouble, but I'm gonna cut the, whatever you call it, the gear off and bolt it to that one, and then see if there's any way I can hub centric the AW4 converter to that. Still all a gamble, but we're gonna try something. I'll always reassure you, I'm not a welder, but I would hate to know my products go out with these welds. Ain't none of them good at all. Yeah, that one's like pathetic. So not a welder, but I'm pretty sure I'm better than whoever that kid was. Man, I was gonna just do a little research here and before I turn the camera on, but it's like it's meant to be. So got everything laid out here. Got that took apart, drug the motor over here. First thing I got to thinking about was, what if the starter reluctor wheel, whatever you want to call that, if I just put it on that converter? Okay, this is crazy. Roughly the converter is 11 1/4. This torque converter, it's a little harder to do, is 11 1/4. I would have replaced the starter once every 6 months before I get this out of whack, but it gets even better. I was trying to figure out the hub centric part, and I went and got one of these. If you know what it is, you know what it is, but it's for a newer Cherokee. And I just got to measuring. I'll leave this up here. This is what hub centers it in the back of the crankshaft, kind of like a hub center on a wheel. And it's got like a little lip here. It's hard to read off of, but give or take, it comes out to 178 or 180. Get this, Jeep crankshaft, 180. That, or do, it's still gonna fit right up in there. I don't even have to do nothing. I hadn't done it yet. Probably gonna regret bragging, but I'm fixing to try that. As you can imagine, torque converters are heavy, very awkward. It fits in there like a glove. I might have to do just a little honing on it. Holy crap, I'm like in shock right now. This is gonna make it so much easier. I think if I just clean all the dust out of there, it'll fit. Let me get some emery cloth or whatever that stuff is. Got it cleaned up, let's try it again. You can see all the rust that come out of there. I bet it's gonna fit this time. Holy crap. This son of a gun is gonna bolt right in there. All I've got to do now is figure out bungs for the converter. This is amazing. Okay, I'll get back with you. I think I got a game plan. The hub center, it works. These are about, I don't know, an eighth, 3/16 of an inch away. So I'm gonna cut them off, bolt them on, and then I'm going to push this converter up against it as tight as I can, and then weld these to that. That solves that. Then I'm gonna worry about that. I got my fingers crossed. It's gonna be easy, but never know. Custom stuff. Okay, so that plan has failed through. I'll show you why. Turns out these little bungs that I thought were just, you know, that tall, turns out they go way down in the side of there or something. I've cut and cut, but that's not gonna work. So plan B, I'll show you plan B in a second. This is what's cool. I was getting tired of working on the motor and the floor. I don't know if y'all seen my cherry picker. I'll have to make a whole video on it. Yeah, that makes it easier. So I'm actually gonna rest it kind of on that table right there. So it's just eye level. This thing just keeps challenging me. So I had the idea of cutting those off. That didn't work. Second idea was I was gonna put a bolt and a washer. Well, bolt, then a washer, and then a nut. Weld them to that, stud it. But turns out there's a clearance issue. That's why, like, even the Cherokee bolt, or a little light, sorry. But the Cherokee bolt, even that is going to be close. So what I'm going to do is, instead of cutting them off, is tomorrow I'm going to go get a scrap converter. And they're going to be, it's 10 inch spread from there to there. So it's going to be really close to running off there. So not sure if it's going to work. Going to give it a try. So yeah. Oh, I think I'm just going to go ahead and cut this video and make another part 2. It's obvious it's not getting done. It's a project. But I got to go in there and edit some video and all that crap. It's already 9 o'clock. So appreciate y'all watching. Don't miss my ideas.